Hello YouTube, this is BUB'S Comics coming at you with a quick comic haul. We're going to start off, the first book that I'm showing off is an eBay win, but the rest will be a mycomicshop.com order. So we'll start off with eBay. I picked up this All-Star Comics number 58. It's the first appearance of Power Girl. So I wanted this book raw. So a couple of things going on. I wanted this book raw, and the reason that I wanted it raw was because Power Girl is co-created by Jerry Conway and also Wally Wood. So I'm a pretty big Wally Wood fan. Jerry Conway probably most famous for creating The Punisher. So what's cool about this is that it's also signed by Mike Grell, who did the cover art for this book, and Jerry Conway. So there you go. I liked this one. This was one of those great buys that I did on eBay, and now that I own a press, I have and got competent at it. What I do is that when I'm on eBay, I'll tend to seek out books that are, first of all, the better sellers will show all the damage to books. So the seller in this case showed all the dents and dings, and it was pretty. You can, after pressing for a while, you can kind of tell what's water damage and what isn't if the pictures are good enough. And I could tell that these pictures were just of a comic book that probably was never kept in a bag and a board in its early years, at least, and had a lot of dings and dents and other things laying on it and all kinds of stuff. So. And then it, of course, had also been signed. So there's a couple of like stray marker spots here and there where it looks like it's rubbed against other books and things. But for the most part, it was in pretty good condition. But when he held it and took pictures of it, you could see that it wasn't flat, and it was had a lot of dings and dents. So I pressed it, and it looks fantastic now. It's absolutely perfectly flat. You can press, if you know what you're doing, you can press books with signatures on them with no problem. So I knew how to press this. I knew what temperature to set it at and everything to make sure the signature didn't transfer off or bleed through or anything like that. It's amazing how sometimes ink can still be fresh if you heat it up enough. It'll start running again. So anyway, there we go. First appearance of Power Girl. I really wanted this book, and I wanted it raw because I wanted to be able to enjoy the interior art of Wally Wood. So Wally Wood did the interior on this, Mike Grell did the cover. So I wanted to be able to enjoy the interior art on this book because that's where Wally Wood shines, and that's what I wanted to see. So All-Star Comics number 58, first appearance of Power Girl. We'll show off with a key. We'll go ahead and pull that one down because I want to keep it in good condition. Next, I'm going to show this up close. So next is in my mycomicshop.com order. I thought this was going to be a comic. I didn't read that it said Digest Magazine. But anyway, here's Universe Science Fiction. And it's a pulp. It's from 1953, December 1953, so it's golden. But look at that. Isn't that awesome? So what you got is you got this astronaut, I guess, right? And he's clearly human. And then you can tell she's alien because she has green hair, which often that's about the only way you could tell. Aliens in the Golden Age, alien women would just have a different color hair. But the rest of them would all be normal. So look at that. Isn't that great? So the astronaut comes across this ship and he looks in, and she's like moonbathing or something on a sheet, and she's got books and she's covered up her hiney. It's just great, man. I just love it. So anyway, probably going to take this on vacation and read it. It's pretty rough. It's barely bound together, but I'm just going to enjoy this book. It only cost me a couple bucks. I'm just going to have a good time with it. And that cover is just too cool. Just love it. So there you go. Universe Science Fiction, I think number 3 from December 1953. Pretty cool. So, all right, there's that. A little bit back into superheroes. Here is the New Avengers number 4. This is the first appearance of Maria Hill. I like the Maria Hill character, and I also like David Finch's drawing here of Spider-Woman. You guys know I'm a Spider-Woman fan, so there you go. So I'm happy to be enjoying that. Next we have Heroes Inc. presents Canon. So this was Hero Inc.'s Inc. presents. This was Wally Wood's pet project. And, of course, there's some great Wally Wood art right there. Looking amazing. And this is the first appearance of the Misfits. And I own number 2, which is more of a magazine size. And it is continues on from number 1. So then that's it. There's only 2 into this series. Heroes Inc. 1 and Heroes Inc. 2. So that's Wally Wood. It says 1969 on the cover. Pretty awesome. Look at that. That is amazing. Gotta love Wally Wood art. Well, you don't have to, but I have to. I can't help myself. Speaking of beautiful women, here's Cave Woman Rain, number 7. This completes my Cave Woman Rain run. It was the only one I was missing. I even have some of the second print variants. So here's Cave Woman Rain, number 7. Woo! Cue the fireworks. Another run completed. Yeah. I love it. Look at that. She's holding on to the dinosaur head. She's got her knife in her hand. Just great stuff. Great Bud Root art there. And this is when Bud Root was still doing the interior art on Cave Woman. So fantastic. Next we got some more Wally Wood. We got Dynamo number 4. So most of these are pretty readily available. This isn't a super great copy of this book, but it's complete. And it has the cover is pretty good shape. So there's Dynamo stopping a train. And it's the only cover in the entire series that really features a woman on it. And to me, Wally Wood is best when he's drawing women and aliens, slimy aliens, glob creatures and tentacles and things like that. So to have a cover with a woman on it on this title, that's the only one. So glad to have that. And we've got a little run. I'm working on my Catwoman run. So there's Catwoman number 5. Love that Jim Balent art. And of course, it's got that DC Universe logo on there. So this was an upgrade. I had already had this book, but I had the regular copy. I didn't have the DC Universe copy, so I traded that off. And we have number 24. And we have number 27. Love that one. That's really cool. Love Jim Balent's Catwoman. I think it's the best Catwoman. We have 42. Best outfit for sure, which is basically just painted purple. And we have annual number. This is the first appearance probably of Cybercat, whoever that is. I don't think we got to worry about any spec news on that. We got Catwoman annual number 1. So then last but not least, not Catwoman, we've got Witchblade, Vampirella, Tomb Raider, Magdalena, you name it, they're in it. Look at all these pretty ladies on Witchblade, Vampirella, Tomb Raider, Magdalena, number 1. That's right, you heard it here first, folks. So there you go, there's some more dangerous women for you. What's funny is Tomb Raider's not on the cover, and the inside only has a story that has Witchblade, Vampirella, and Magdalena in it. But Tomb Raider, they just reprinted like a short story from one of her other comics for this. And then the second story has Witchblade, Vampirella, and Magdalena in it. So there you go. Shenanigans abound. All right. Next we got Weird Science number 1. This is a reprint. I've been kind of picking up these reprints whenever I see them for $1. And mycomicshop.com had this for $1 on sale, so I snagged it. Next we have some Golden Age we're going to move into here. Here's the Adventures in 3D, published by Harvey. Pretty cool. I think it's 51 or so. But look at that. Isn't that cool? It's got the glasses. Just really, really cool. Very, very nice, neat copy of this book. And look at her. Ah! Scared. So, pretty cool stuff. Very excited about these last 2 books. I have Flash Gordon, number 1. Flash! Ah! That's right. The Defender of the Universe right there. Interplanet Adventures of Flash Gordon. So this Flash Gordon number 1 actually reprints the comic strip, printings of. So this isn't like a standalone story. This is comic strip reprinting of the story. I couldn't pass this up. It's got a great bonnet stamp on there. So this is my first bonnet stamp book. Now hopefully in August of this year I'll be making a trip up to Dayton, Ohio to visit the Bonnet's bookstore. and hopefully buy a book there just so that I can, have the experience of that. So I'm looking forward to that. This had a couple of issues with it. I've already fixed up on it. Had a major grease pencil mark right there, right across her face and like her armpit or whatever, right there. Pretty rough grease pencil spot. And that didn't look too bad, but combined with the bonnet stamp, because the bonnet stamps are huge, kind of made it look a little rougher than it should be. So I went ahead and cleaned the grease pencil off in my ever-expanding knowledge of cleaning and techniques. So I was able to get most of that grease pencil off, so you can see pretty close there. Her face is pretty clean. You can kind of see where that check mark was. If I'm really on top of my game, I'll add a picture of the original that had the grease pencil on it, but no promises on that. And the last book for the haul, y'all knew it was coming. You knew it was coming when I started the haul. I can't help myself. I've got to complete this Planet Comics run. And here is Planet Comics number 43. We're going to give the fly-in for this book. Look at that. Oh, one of the best conditioned Planet Comics I now own. I have danced around this book a lot. I've turned down offers. I've made offers and turned down counter offers on this book several times. It's not one of, I think it's a Joe Doolin cover, but it's not one of my favorite covers because, as you all know, I like collecting, beauties and beasts, right? So, the old beasts and babes. Well, that's a great babe there. She looks fantastic. Nice little headlights there. But he looks really bad. Like, I don't care for his expression at all. His little weird little outfit looks like a just terrible little onesie. Now, in other books where it has him on the cover, the colorist would paint this yellow and it would look like pants. But here, the colorist made it flesh tone. So it really looks bad. When it's yellow, it matches his belt and it looks a lot better. But anyway, no beast on this cover. It's just like death rays and there's some cool mechanical stuff going on. I do like it, but with no beast, it was low on my list of pickups, but found one at a fantastic deal. MyComicShop.com listed it through their consignment section, and the consignment section, sometimes people just list it at ridiculously low prices, and if you jump on it fast enough, you'll get a good deal. So that's where I picked this one up. I actually cleaned and pressed this book. So it had some pencil here and some pencil here inside the P. And I cleaned that off. As you can see, there's really no remnant of it at all. Even in the P is very clean. And down there. And again, if I'm on top of my game, I'll show the original picture of this. No guarantees if that happens. And I also fixed a spine roll on it. It was pretty bad. So fixed the spine roll and also and made it nice and centered. So now I believe I brought this book up a good grade, maybe 2, with the work that I've done to it. So there's no more writing and the spine roll's fixed. So that's got to be a huge help to the grade. So probably brought it up from like a 2.5 to a 3.5 is what I think. So there you go, maybe a 4 if the graders, sometimes they grade Golden Age a little more lenient. So. All right, y'all, that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed this quick little haul. Well, 15 minutes, whatever. Just had to have another Planet Comics in my run. I think this is my 15th out of 73, so I'm chipping away at the run, and I think I've got another one coming in the mail soon, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you all for joining me, and we'll catch you next time on BUB'S Comics. Don't forget to read a comic. Thanks. Bye.